So there it was, playing Final Fantasy XIV. You know, the usual best MMO, whatever, you get the whole idea. You know, the usual little copy-pasta they do about the whole thing. It's fun times, fun times. I've played way too much of it lately. I've only been playing for, what, 11 hours straight according to game time, but whatever. It's fine. I am fine and healthy. Anyway, so what happens is, you know, you do duty roulette. You're going to have some quite the amusing situations can happen with duty roulette. Sometimes you have the worst parties, sometimes you have the best. With Final Fantasy XIV, I've found, you know, people are generally very nice people. I mean, they're not used to speaking on a camera or anything like that. And, well, this time was one of those good occasions, those really good occasions. Was when people just goof. You know, the good stuff. You can't see me waving around my hands. I tend to talk with my hands. And so, Red Hoko Manor, however you pronounce it, you know, the haunted mansion, one of the early duty roulettes you can do on leveling. So I'm the healer, leveling up my healing as you do. There's 2 DPS and of course a tank. Fun times, normal light party. Hooray! And of course, we're having a fun time. Tank, of course, needs to go immediately, practically as soon as we start. It has to go quickly AFK. Maybe their dog was eating plastic, who knows. None of us know each other. So, DPS number 1. Notices the servers nearby. I've never really paid attention to it before. It's just sort of nice set design, you know, haunted mansion. Hee-hee-hoo-hoo, pretty stuff. And he goes over and just decides, you know what, jumps on the sofa, sits down on it. Why not? Why not? And I take great joy in joining him. Go over to the sofa, sit down, and we just start talking about tea and biscuits. And I'm enjoying this because I'm British. I even have a cup of tea with me right now. Can't tell if you can hear it. Lovely cup of tea. Of course I do. Have one every hour. Not good for me. And, of course, DPS number 1. No, wait. DPS number 1 was the one sitting with me, duh. DPS number 2, not impressed. I think they were ready to go ahead, but we were fine waiting on the tank to come back. Enjoying a little conversation. So we convinced DPS number 2 to stay behind, you know, slow things down. We're right here, not going anywhere. Without the tank, we'll die. Okay? So, of course, relaxedly, they decide to wait. The rest of us are happily enjoying the time on the sofa sitting there. DPS pressing is wandering back and forth around us. Completely silent. And then tank rejoins. Hooray! And then they join us too. They think it's hilarious. They join in a little tea party. I offer scones. They offer biscuits. It's a great time. And DPS number 2 is clearly not interested in our little shenanigans. I mean, we had 18 minutes to go left. Plenty of time. Takes like, what, 15-20 minutes to do this dungeon, if you know what you're doing? Which clearly we did. But they left, sadly. Not a single word spoken, and they left. Too sad. Luckily, someone else joins to replace them. And they love it. They love our little tea conversation. So we'll probably keep going for another minute or two. Talking about God Save the Queen and whatnot, because I'm British. No, that was me doing the God Save the Queen thing. Because why not? It's fun, you know? And then, of course, we go and continue the whole shenanigans. Doing the dungeon. Dying 100 times. Because, quite honestly, we forget what it's like going through the earlier dungeons. Well, correction, the tank was running at 100 miles an hour. Much faster than I could keep up with and heal at the same time. Thanks, dude. You're cool. Yeah, if you're familiar with this dungeon, you normally end up using return and whatnot at the end, after a couple of mini-bosses, and go right back to the front area and go up some stairs to the boss. Tea time. That's what time it was again. Tea time for all of us. As we jokingly went, oh! I of course jokingly said, tea time, guys? And they're like, yeah. So there we were, all going off together, having tea. Brilliant. Perfect moment. complete strangers getting together, having a wonderful time. Perfect example of just strangers bonding over something stupid. It could simply be someone being going AFK, or actually, it could be anything actually, I don't know. I'm not good at coming up with examples, am I? Hey, it just goes to show, we have a good time. We have a good time here.